And if you just want to...
I'm ready when you're ready. Hey, welcome. Coolest Firearms here in Marlow, Oklahoma. Another great Monday, great giveaway. Thanks for showing up to the Pasadena Gun Show this past weekend. We had a great time. A lot of guns, a lot of fun, great energy, a lot of suppressors going on in the background. This was a firearm that we had on display. That if you signed up, you're tuned in. This is what we're giving away. Coolest 5-inch Derived Series 5.56, and it's Cerakoted in Storm. Storm is the color from Cerakote that we do here in-house. All right, let's get this iPad going here. All right, draw our winner. 10, 9. Remember, we're going to give you a call. We're going to send you a text message. You have 5 minutes to reply, or else we'll draw the next winner. Thanks again for tuning in. 4, 3, 2,
1.
And the winner is Christopher H. Christopher H., we're going to be giving you a call. Stand by your phone. Hopefully that's you. So the last few weeks we've been going over some information in relationship to 300 blackout, powder, 5.56 powder, speed. I'm asked this question a bit when we're at the shows, and don't forget to be in Fort Worth this weekend, the biggest gun show in Texas, premier gun shows. Thank you. We're going to be rocking it there. We're going to have over 100 guns on display. But we're going to talk about different length gas systems. Gas systems, what are we talking about? So the AR-15 is traditionally driven with gas. So the bullet transiting down the barrel gets past the gas block, the gas goes into the bolt carrier unlocks, the remaining pressure in the barrel pushes the case out with the bolt carrier, the gun cycles. So here's the whole speed of how that all works. So we got gas tubes, right? So the gas tube is this piece that you see that's melanite black in the background. Gas tube, gas tube. So there's a lot of different size gas tubes out there. Okay, so here's 4 different gas tubes. Oh, Allie's having an issue with her iPad. We're going to hand this over here. Stand by. All right, a lot of different size gas tubes. This is for the different barrel lengths. So the 5-inch barrel uses this micro gas tube.
Website crashed.
Uh-oh, we have a website crashed?
They were down yesterday too.
So our picking program crashed.
Fun.
So their gateway is down right after we picked it.
I will search it in the file that I downloaded.
Okay, hold on. We can find that name. We have already downloaded all of the people who signed up for the show this past weekend, so hopefully you put your information in there, right? We have alternative measures. Thank you, Allie, for thinking on your feet so fast. So back to gas tubes. You have the micro gas system that we use for our short 5-inch gun. You have a standard pistol length gas system. That's the gas tube. Then you have your mid-length, which is used in carbines, and then a rifle length gas tube. And there's even longer based on barrel length. Why is this important? Well, when we unlock the gun, because the bullet is right here going down and the gas is traveling down the gas tube, this is the amount of barrel that the bullet still has to transition. This creates that retention of pressure to allow the gun to cycle. The shorter the barrel is after the gas block, the faster the gun unlocks, and the faster the gun starts to cycle. So if the bullet hasn't left the barrel quite yet, and the gun starts to cycle, we have a little bit of a problem. Your point of impact may change because the gun's moving. No matter how stable you are running the gun, the point of impact might just shift because the gun starts to move. So there is a balance in timing with the length of the gas system and the length of the barrel after the gas system. Also, this is how much pressure we can have, this little distance right here. So if we have a longer distance here, we can create more pressure. What would that do? That we could open up the gas system a bit and get a little bit more pressure and get the gun to cycle a little bit faster, a little bit earlier. We could also use an adjustable gas block if we needed to change our timing. But when we have these micro barrels and we only have a half an inch or so after the gas block, we only have that much distance the bullet's transiting. that much distance for that much pressure. So we're limited to how much pressure and how fast the gun cycles based on that. So when we start putting suppressors on the firearm and silencers, and we put different muzzle brakes on the front of it, this can all change the geometry and how this gun cycles. But so the length of the gas system is predicated by barrel length, but we also pay attention to how long the barrel is after the gas system to make sure that we have enough timing for the gun to cycle. Well, with that being said, there's a few other devices that we use as accessories. Now, this is called the oppressor. The oppressor.
Hi, Chris. This is Allison from Coolest Firearms. Please give us a call back. You have 5
This is the
minutes.
oppressor. Now, this
5
is
minutes to
built
claim your
by
free day of R15.
Strike Industries makes this. It's
The
called
time
the
is now
oppressor. Now, this is
5:05.
not a silencer.
So
It's not an
5:10
NFA
calls
item.
back
The
before
spirit
they're
of
released.
the oppressor is it goes on the muzzle. I'm not going to put it on, thanks to Seifu Alonso. Don't assemble anything on live YouTube. It'll take me down. Put this on, and it acts like a blast shroud. So, as you can see, we have an oppressor on this firearm. Behind it, this is capturing the pressure, pushing all the energy away from you. Where the muzzle brake itself is reducing recoil and rise, the oppressor over the top of the muzzle brake is channeling the gas and letting it go downrange. What does it do for the shooter? It makes it quieter, a lot quieter. Changes the pitch of the gun too. The gun no longer goes bang, it goes boom. So with those two things said, it's a great device if you're not running a silencer. It does create a little more back pressure because you're trapping this gas from leaving, so it allows the gun to cycle a little bit better, and it quiets the gun down. But it's not marketed, nor is it sold as a silencer or a suppressor. It's called an oppressor. Thanks to Strike Industries for those. We run a lot of those on all of our firearms. If you notice, our packaged firearm we normally sell at the shows has a Holosun on top, 45-degree offset sights, an oppressor, and these days we're running the folder. A lot of folders these days. Now, when we get into silencers, suppressors, silencers, Sylvan Arms, which is actually manufactured by MB Machine, has launched these silencers for an excellent price point. So, here is their suppressor. It's a bit different than an oppressor if you look at them side by side. This one is an NFA regulated item, meaning this has a serial number on it, and it has to, as of still right now, we have to do an ATF form on that for transfer, an NFA form on this. Paying a $200 tax stamp also is your permission slip to have this, because this is a regulated and taxed item. But the silencer itself, now this one is chambered in 5.56 So this is a 22 caliber dedicated suppressor. Now if you take a look at the hole in the end of it, it's quite small. When you are looking at a 30 caliber bullet, as in the 300 Blackout, you can see it's quite a bit bigger. So you're not going to want to put a square peg down a round hole or try to shoot a 30 caliber bullet out of a 5.56 suppressor.
Hi, is this Christopher?
With that being said,
Hi, you won the AR-15.
hey, we got the winner. He
All
called back within that
right.
5 minutes. We did have a little bit of a hiccup.
You won, and you called back.
So I'm going to
in
finish
time.
working on
Good
what the
job.
suppressor's all about. So inside of the
Phone number
suppressor, there's a
you
bunch
got?
of baffles. The baffles themselves
All right,
are
I'll
trapping
call you-
the gas
call you back
from
after
leaving
we
the
go
end
live.
of the muzzle. It's also pushing some gas
You're
back
welcome.
into the
Bye-bye.
gun. But the idea is if you don't let the gas leave, you're not letting the sound leave. So if the gas isn't leaving, the sound isn't leaving, we're making the gun quieter. So in a perfect world, the suppressor would be super big, super long, and would trap as much gas as possible. But we have this thing in relationship to too big is not really ductile, not good for close quarter battle use, and too short, you're going to get loud again. So there's a definite balance in relationship to length, in relationship to sound. But stand by next week. I'm going to show you a little bit of the differences in the geometry next week inside the suppressors. We have this great video, and we're just about done. You can go to our website. It's going to be hidden in the top corner right at the moment. We have it password protected. We're just finishing up that. It's called Sneak Peek in the top corner. It's all about some suppressor testing that we did here in Oklahoma, out in the backyard. If you want to know the access code, it's 0000.